Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Robert McClarty. I'm the class coordinator and senior instructor of police for the 319th Basic Training Class. I'd ask that you join me in welcoming today's graduates, the members of the 319th Basic Training Class, as they join me on stage. Members of the 319th Basic Training Class, and ladies and gentlemen, if you would, please rise or remain standing and join me for our national anthem. Present arms. Order. Arms. You may be seated. During your time here at KLETC, you've all walked past the Wall of Honor many times. The Wall of Honor was designated as a reminder of those KLETC graduates who have died in the line of duty. The names and photos of the 29 individuals memorialized there help preserve their memories and give family, friends, and law enforcement officers an opportunity to remember those that have made the ultimate sacrifice in service to the citizens of Kansas. At this time, I ask that you please join me in a moment of silence to observe and honor those 29 KLETC graduates. Thank you. Members of the 319th Basic Training Class, I want you to know how much I deeply appreciate each and every one of you. Your efforts, resilience, and triumphs over numerous challenges while here at KLETC have not gone unnoticed. You have emerged stronger, more resilient, poised to embrace the challenges that the future holds for each of you. Policing, as you've likely discovered, transcends being a mere job or even a profession. It's a profound calling to safeguard justice, fairness, and the well-being of our communities and our citizens. Today, it's a monumentous occasion, a celebration of your dedication, your perseverance, and an unwavering commitment. As you stand on the threshold of a new chapter in your lives, armed with knowledge, skills, and values from your training while here at KLETC, I ask that you remember more than ever that you're even more than just a KLETC graduate. Each of you embodies courage, integrity, and a commitment to serving your communities. In this sometimes chaotic world, your role as a law enforcement officer is a pivotal position. You're the guardians of peace, protectors of justice, the pillars of community safety. With this noble duty comes a great responsibility. I ask that you always remember the power in your uniform and your badge. They symbolize a sacred trust from the communities that each of you serve. I also encourage each of you to approach every situation with empathy, fairness, and a commitment to de-escalation. Your words and actions have the potential to inspire trust and or to erode it. Choose wisely. Take care of you and our honorable profession. Congratulations on your achievements. May your journey in law enforcement be filled with continued fulfillment and purpose. Lastly, as you start your career, keep learning and growing. Seek professional development, embrace diversity, foster positive community relationships. Try to be an inspiration to the youth in your communities and those that you work with. It's been an honor to be one of your instructors and your class coordinator. It's my hope that the other instructors and I have all imparted valuable insight and information to help you in your next chapter in life, and more especially throughout your careers. On behalf of the KLETC administration, the instructors and staff, congratulations on completing your training. I'm incredibly proud of each and every one of you, and I've told you that. Class, congratulations. I know that a few more people are going to make some remarks, but I want you to know how much you mean to me. Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll now ask Vice Provost and Director of Police Training, Darren Beck, to come to the podium to introduce today's commencement speaker.
Colonel Eric Smith was appointed acting superintendent of the Kansas Highway Patrol on July 7th, 2023 by Governor Laura Kelly. Smith is a native of Ellsworth, Kansas, and holds a Bachelor of Science degree in criminal justice from Friends University in Wichita. Colonel Smith began his law enforcement career in 1993 as a member of the Sedgwick County Sheriff's Office. In 2002, he joined the Drug Enforcement Administration as a DEA Special Agent Criminal Investigator, serving in the Minneapolis-St. Paul District Office. Probably felt a lot like it does today in the winters there at Minneapolis-St. Paul. Over the next few years, Smith also served in the Wichita Resident Office, investigating complex criminal investigations. In December 2011, Smith was promoted to Supervisory Special Agent in the Kansas City District Office, and from December 2016 to May of 2018, Smith served as an inspector for the Office of Professional Responsibility at DEA headquarters in Arlington, Virginia. In 2018, Smith returned to the Midwest to serve as an assistant special agent in charge at the Kansas City, Kansas District Office, and served in that capacity until his appointment to the Senior Executive Service in December of 2020, where he led the DEA's enforcement, intelligence, and administrative activities in the Houston, Galveston, and Beaumont offices as the Deputy Special Agent in charge. In November 2021, he was named as the DEA's Chief Inspector, where he oversaw the three offices that make up the Inspection Division: the Office of Professional Responsibility, the Office of Inspections, and the Office of Security Programs. Together, these offices comprise the DEA's integrity system and provide innovative support to the DEA headquarters and field offices. Smith retired from the DEA and returned to Kansas to accept the position of superintendent on June 30th, 2023. It's my pleasure to introduce to you now the superintendent of the Kansas Highway Patrol, Colonel Eric Smith.
Thank you, Director. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen and graduates. I'm so happy to be with you today, and I'm humbled by the invitation to come and share this day with you. My remarks today begin with gratitude. First, thank you to everyone who made it their purpose today to join us, especially to the friends and the family members who traveled from so far to celebrate this remarkable accomplishment. And thank you to each of the uniformed staff and agency representatives for showing the respect to these young men and women as they walk this stage to be presented with their state certifications. And thank you to Director Beck and the training staff for your hospitality as we gather to welcome the newest members of our law enforcement family to really what is a monumental day in the lives of these young officers and these deputies. And finally, thank you to the graduates for your pledge to public service. Thank you for committing your time and your talents to the greatest calling on earth, a calling that is both honorable and noble. You know, as I reflect back 30 years ago to my first academy graduation in Sedgwick County, and 21 years ago to my second academy graduation in Quantico, I can honestly tell you that I don't remember much about what any particular speaker said on that day. But what I do remember quite vividly are the lessons that I learned from the instructors who sacrificed so much of their time and their energy and their passion to the success of a young recruit. Lessons that I've often had to draw upon as I face the unknown. In the coming weeks and months and even years, you too will have to draw upon those lessons. The most important of those lessons first is safety. Taking care of yourself, taking care of each other, taking care of the citizens that you serve, as you no doubt will be working hard to resolve complex and dangerous situations. And second, quite simply, lessons on how to treat people. Regardless of why you're encountering someone, to always represent your badge and your patch with honor, because that is the bedrock of justice. Allow me, if you will, to take just a couple of moments to unpack that word, justice. In the classroom of this great academy, you've learned more than just the intricacies of law enforcement, the mechanics of how to be a cop. You've learned about the strength of character, the importance of empathy, and the power of unity and teamwork. You've discovered over the last several weeks that being in law enforcement is not just a job. As I said, and as your coordinator said, it's a calling. It's a commitment to stand up for those who cannot, to bring comfort when it can't be found anywhere else, and to ensure that justice is pursued without fear or favor. Here at KLETC, you've learned that justice isn't simply about writing a ticket or making an arrest. It's about doing the right thing in the right way for the right reasons, the first time, every time. Justice is about equality. It's about ensuring that everyone has the same access to safety, to your protection, and to all of the creative resolutions that you'll come up with in your career. Justice is about fairness. Simply put, that means impartiality. Everyone deserves a fair shake. And justice is about integrity. You must always be vigilant and safeguard against corruption, insist on transparency, and speaking out against misconduct. And finally, justice is about the Constitution, about upholding the basic rights and liberties that we're all entitled to. Now, much like I had difficulty remembering the words of the speakers on stage so long ago, I don't really expect you to remember much of what I say beyond today either, except really two very important things. Number one, I'm proud of you and I'm proud that you're now my colleague. And number two, I have high expectations of you. as does your chief, your sheriff, your city and county leaders, and the citizens that you serve. Expectations of excellence, of honor, of integrity, of courage, and of course, an absolute expectation that you uphold your oath of office. May God bless each of you and bring you home safely each day. Thank you.
Thank you for coming today and for sharing your thoughts with the graduates. I have for you a much sought after pleather portfolio from the Law Enforcement Training Center with the law enforcement badge on the front. And my understanding is you're still going to have to go before the Senate for confirmation. I think if you would hold this while you were testifying to the Senate, I think it would increase your credibility significantly. It's just my thoughts, But I do hope that you're able to find a good use for it and remember your time when you spoke to our graduates.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thank you, Colonel. At KLETC, we recognize student officers who have excelled in various professional skill sets during their time here at KLETC. While here, all the student officers of the 319th Basic Training Class have remained active and engaged in a fitness routine, fitness being a key component in an officer's life. It helps them deal with the daily stresses they'll face, and it aids them in supporting a healthier lifestyle, thus better enabling them to mitigate the dangers that they may encounter. For a student officer to be recognized for achieving the fitness award, the student officer must have accomplished the following: successful completion of all academic performance and skills testing, along with completing 30 push-ups in a minute, 30 sit-ups in a minute, run a mile and a half in 18 minutes or less. And additionally, they must have logged a minimum of 200 or more miles running or walking, or 800 miles of bike riding outside their normal police-related activities. I'm pleased to announce that we had 2 student officers who met those goals. I'll ask that they please stand and be recognized. Student Officer Eichler of the Chetopa Police Department. Student Officer Silva of the Riley County Police Department. Well done. Please help me congratulate them. I'd now ask that Officer Eichler join me at the podium. We're going to recognize her for her efforts in receiving the fitness award for being the most improved and for logging the most miles outside of her normal duties. Please join me in congratulating her while I place this medal around her neck. Next here at KLETC, we also recognize those student officers who have excelled in all areas during their time at KLETC. Today, we have a student officer who has achieved the following criteria and will be recognized and will graduate with honors. The student officer must have accomplished a 90% or greater overall written testing GPA, a 90% or greater overall final exam score, 90% or greater overall performance test GPA, 90% or greater overall performance final testing score. She had to have logged 100 miles or more of walking or running. She successfully completed all of the skills testing. She had no level 2 or higher disciplinary write-ups. I'm pleased to announce Officer Jory Bell of the Lansing Police Department has met these goals. Jory, please stand and be recognized. Congratulations. It's now time for the class president of the 319th Basic Training Class to deliver a few brief remarks on behalf of the graduating class. Ladies and gentlemen, the class president for the 319th Basic Training Class is Officer Ethan Huxtable of the Johnson County Sheriff's Office. Deputy Huxtable.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon. On behalf of Class 319, I would like to welcome the parents, spouses, family members, friends, sheriffs and chiefs, supervisors, coworkers, KLETC staff, and every other welcome member here today. We are grateful to each and every one of you for taking the time out of your schedules to be here with us. These last 14 weeks have been long, but we can finally celebrate with you our achievement of becoming fully certified law enforcement officers in the state of Kansas. I still remember the first day we all had together on Monday, September 18th in Classroom 1. We showed up to class not knowing what or who to expect. It was silent with only the sound of the air swirling out of the ceiling vents into the room as we all sat there, every chair occupied. The room was filled with awkwardness, yet excitement. This was a new chapter in our lives, a noble chapter, a more rewarding chapter. A chance for us to join a calling less than 1% of the U.S. population is a part of. A chance for us to make a difference in our communities each and every day we go to work. If you walk around this building, there are many signs and posters that we may overlook now that we are 14 weeks assimilated here. Some of these signs say words like honor and integrity. There is even a mirror that we all walk by every day going from the dining hall to roll call in the morning. The sign above that mirror reads, "This is how the public sees you." As Mr. McClarty always says, the little things matter. And he is right. Our appearance from here on out doesn't just affect us, it affects our agencies too. If any one of us ends up in the news for something heroic you did off duty, you won't be listed as Miss Bell or Mr. Brown, but rather as Officer Bell or Deputy Brown. It affects our family members who thankfully understand the inherent risks that come with this career. Our job is a revolving door of different calls and incidents we will respond to. Different people with different problems who, when they see us arrive to help them, expect us to be the solution. In these last 14 weeks, I've heard a few different instructors say, no one calls 911 when things are going good. They call on what could be one of the worst days of their life. No two calls are the same, but we must remember to treat everyone the same. Better yet, treat them as if they are a family member in crisis. Do everything in our power to help them when they are feeling helpless. After we have finished our shift, we need to remember to complete one thing that is often overlooked in this career, a resiliency plan. For those who are unaware, a resiliency plan is a way for officers to decompress after a stressful shift. Going for a run, taking a long shower, shooting hoops, etc. Even talking about what happened during the shift, just to get all of the burden off of our shoulders. Everyone in this class now has 23 other people they can talk to whenever and wherever, and I know that we will make time to listen. Finally, I would like to praise every person sitting up here in uniform. You have all had a great impact on me, and I am truly a better person because I have met you all. We help push each other when one or more of us may have been struggling. None of us ever gave up. Being out at the range shooting steel or at the Evo course, watching classmates fly by in a patrol vehicle, weaving in and out of cones, we were always there cheering each other on. Happy that we did well, but even happier that our classmates did well. We have grown close over these last 4 months, and even though we are just minutes away from leaving KLETC, I will miss the laughs and fun we have all had here together as Class 319. Thank you all, and God bless.
Deputy Huxtable, I ask on behalf of your class and KLETC that you accept this plaque. Display it proudly, recognizing you as the class president for the 319th Basic Training Class. Deputy Huxtable.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations. In law enforcement, ethics is at the forefront of training in our profession. The law enforcement oath of office affirmation is a constant reminder of the importance of always doing the right thing. This is something that we've discussed in depth during your training here at KLETC. The ultimate purpose of law enforcement is public service. Law enforcement officer assumes great responsibility when they affirm the oath of office. They have entered the position of being role models, leading by example. They're enforcers of the law and protectors over our communities. Because the Kansas Law Enforcement Training Center believes in the concepts and principles within the oath should be a dominating force in all officers' lives, I'll ask Deputy Huxtable, the class president, to step forward and lead the class in the law enforcement oath of office affirmation.
Class 319, please stand. Oath. On my honor.
I will never betray my badge, my integrity, my character, or the public trust. I will always have the courage to hold myself and others accountable for our actions. I will always uphold the Constitution of the United States, the state of Kansas, my community, and the agency I serve.
Cover.
319th, you may be seated. In just a few moments, I'll be presenting each of you with a challenge coin. Challenge coin with the KLETC shield on the front and the oath that you just recited on the back. Challenge coins are very symbolic and very meaningful. They're given to someone as a reminder of them and or to confirm membership in an organization as part of a group. You'll receive this as part of the graduation class from 319th basic training. The coin you'll receive today recognizes you as a graduate, and I ask that you carry it with you as a reminder of the lessons learned, the friendships forged, and all your time here at KLETC. On the back is that oath. On a really bad day, I ask that you refer to it. When you have a question about somebody's integrity, refer to it. Use it as a reminder to always do the right thing. Graduates, it's been an honor for me to be a part of your journey while you've been here. I wish you nothing but success, your continued safety each and every day. I ask you that you remember your training. Trust it. It'll take you far. But never stop learning. Do the very best you can and take care of the people you've been entrusted to protect. Each of you, Godspeed. I'll now ask KLETC Associate Director Alvin Sowers to join me on stage to present the members of the 319th Basic Training Class with their certificates. Will I present each of you with the challenge coins? Class President, Deputy Huxtable, is going to step up and announce the names of the graduates for the 319th Basic Training Class. Deputy Huxtable.
Front row, please stand. Jory Bell, Lansing Police Department. Treston Bodine, Hutchinson Police Department. Christopher Brown, Newton Police Department. Matthew Brown, Butler County Sheriff's Office. Madison Cavender, Chanute Police Department. Carson Cortez, Johnson County Sheriff's Office. Carly Eichler, Chetopa Police Department. Claire Fallon, University of Kansas Police Department. Front row, please return to your seats. Please be seated. Second row, please stand. Brad Gillis, Butler County Sheriff's Office. Amber Herbal, Butler Community College Police Department. Brody McLean, Miami County Sheriff's Office. Kyler Miller, Stevens County Sheriff's Office. Aaron Munoz, Prairie Band Potawatomi Tribal Police. Joshua Parkhurst, Tonganoxie Police Department. Samuel Reed, Cheyenne County Sheriff's Office. Second row, please return to your seats. Please be seated. Third row, please stand. Juan Rosasati, Kansas City, Kansas, Community College Campus Police. Josue Salas, Johnson County Sheriff's Office. Dalton Schutte, Salina Police Department. Luke Shuttleworth, Wichita County Sheriff's Office. Guillerme Silva, Riley County Police Department. Patrick Strachan, Barton County Sheriff's Office. Jarek Wyke, Washington County Sheriff's Office. Matthew Wright, Independence Police Department.
Ethan Huxtable of the Johnson County Sheriff's Office. Third row, please return to your seats. And please be seated. This is a time where I generally ask the audience to go out and enjoy some of the outside activities that has to go on the campus, but today might be an exception to that rule. So there's still plenty of photo opportunities. Please ask your fellow family member to show you around campus and find those opportunities, whether it's the banner in the background or we have another one in the hallway. If you do dare to challenge yourself to go outside, there's a nice statue out there as well. But this class has done a little bit above and beyond. When you look at our basic training schedule, we start a class every 3 weeks, which means that's 16 times a year. One class about every 3 or 4 years has to come back for 1 week after the Christmas break. And this is the 319. If that wasn't bad enough, then they endured no electricity and no heat when they came back and had some of the Kansas weather help them out this week. So kudos to them for sticking it out and working through and solving. And that's what we do at Basic Training. We make it happen. So congratulations to the 319th. In a moment here, folks, I'll certify each of these officers and we'll be dismissed. So 319, please stand. On behalf of Director Beck, I hereby certify that each of you have completed the requirements to be law enforcement officers in the state of Kansas. And what they've been waiting a while, usually I say 14 weeks, but for them maybe a little longer, to hear is the final class dismissed. You're good to go. Get on out of here.